So the back garden is like, it's looking in rough shape this time of year. The weather has been so weird. I watered only a couple of times this year. Oh, look at my chickens there staring at me. Anyway, somebody's been nibbling on my gourd on a board. And as usual, it seems as though I have a lot of foliage, but not a whole lot of fruits. I've got several different kinds of squashes here. And look, this one, I think this one is a patty pan. And this one, it looks like it's been nibbled on by a squirrel or somebody. And look, here's another one here. And that one. So I'm going to pick some. And I was inspired by Paul, who made some stuffed butternut squashes. And I think that that's what I'm going to do with some of these guys. And if you look at my green beans, these are kind of big, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to let all of these ones, like look at these ones. These ones are already ready for, you could use the beans that get like this, not as green beans. You could use this for rice and beans, sort of beans. Also, you can save these and plant them next year. So that's what I'm going to do, because there is a ton of them. Especially, oh my God, look at over here. Look at all these beans. So I'm just going to let them dry, just like this one is. And I will shuck them and have beans like this to either use in soups and stews, or I will save them and plant them next year. I also have to rescue my my goldfish from my rain barrels. I didn't use my rain barrels very much this year because I didn't need to water my garden very much. But my little guys in here that were kept mosquitoes away, I have to rescue them and bring them inside because it's getting too cold for these little guys. Okay, so I harvested about a half a dozen of these little squashes, and I had a helper. And I selected these two to make my stuffed, I think these might be acorn squashes. I forgot which ones they were. I have a couple that look different. I think those are called patty pan. But I selected these ones for tonight's dinner because they had the fewest blemishes on them. And also they were smaller because they're going to be used as bowls. So I wanted them to be kind of symmetrical, and I wanted them to have few blemishes. Now the other ones won't be wasted, right? Yeah, they won't be wasted. Those ones aren't as pretty as these ones, but I'll probably maybe I'll make squash soup out of them. Allie has a really good recipe that maybe she will share with me. And so my plan with these is to cut them in half this way. And so I will have two small bowls. I'll scoop the seeds out, and I'll show you what it looks like after that. So, the scene of the crime. I think I'm going to stuff these three. One for me, one for Pew, and one for Spawn. And this one I'm going to put some butter and brown sugar on. And I will roast that for Spawn to eat just as a fall treat. And all of this I have a plan for all the seeds and guts. Hey girls. All right, I said I had a plan for all those seeds and guts. And there it is. Hey guys. Once they figure out what it is, they'll love it. I don't think I mentioned this, but I lost a hen the other day. It was one of the hens I was fostering for Allie. I found her the day after that storm where we had all that wind and rain. So I don't know, she wasn't acting sick or anything. So I have 8 girls now, all enjoying pumpkin guts. So I cleaned out the gourds, and I put some melted butter and some more butter in them. I'm going to pre-bake them. This one is going to be a treat for Spawn. That's got some extra butter and some brown sugar on it. That one kind of didn't have a deep depression to put the filling. But anyway, the reason I am pre-baking these without the filling in them is because these are hard and they take a while to soften up. And the filling that I'm putting in it is some leftover pork and applesauce and vegetables that I had done in the crock pot the day before yesterday. And it's fully cooked. It was in the crock pot all day. So it doesn't really need to be cooked. It just needs to be heated. But these need to be cooked. So I'm afraid that if I fill them first, in order for these to be done, the pork would end up being overdone. So I'm going to cook these first. Okay, so these squashes just came out of the oven. This one right here has brown sugar and butter on it, and it's made like a caramel. And that one's more of a dessert one for Spawn. These ones are going to get stuffed with this pulled pork mixture. I had a pork roast that I put in the crock pot the day before yesterday, along with an envelope of French onion soup mix, a bunch of applesauce, a bunch of onions, and what else is in here? Oh, from our garden, some red bell pepper, and it just roasted all day long. And so we're going to fill these cavities with them, and I'm going to top them with some seasoned breadcrumbs. And I wish I had some ice cream to put on that one, or maybe even some whipped cream. That would be delicious. So this recipe was inspired by Paul. And Paul had done like a sausage apple mixture, which looked really delicious. So this is a pork and apple mixture. But no matter what, apples are nice and fall themed, and so are squashes. So this should be a really nice fall dinner. It looks like I need to let a dog out. So this is what they look like, stuffed with the apple pork mixture and topped with breadcrumbs. That's Spawn's caramelized dessert one. Can't wait to see how that comes out. But everything here is already cooked. Nothing is raw. It just needs to go in the oven just enough to heat everything through and just to kind of brown the breadcrumbs on top. And I'll take one last picture before we eat it.